If you've ever had any doubts about your path or where you belong, the universe is here to confirm that you have reached that goal or you are about to. You are exactly where you need to be. I am so grateful that this video has crossed your timeline. Beautiful, vibrant souls. This is a message for the collective. Universe is the completion. It is the rounding off of that cycle, and what it entails is finding all the little details to be exactly in place where they need to be to create this alignment. You weren't sure for a long time who you were or what you were meant to be, but lately it just feels like everything's starting to work. Everything is starting to feel a lot more makes sense. The pieces are falling into place. Now, maybe it's not exactly the way you saw it happening, and maybe there's some timing that isn't exactly what you expected. Maybe there's some pieces of the puzzle that aren't quite here yet. But when this card comes up, Spirit wants us to be confident and assured that we are on track and that everything is happening. What it is that you've been working towards is landing for you. It may have already become very obvious to you that it's here. And in some cases, it's something that's just over the horizon, but you know it's there. It's like you know the sun is going to rise another day. You know it's happening for you. And it feels right. It finally feels like you have this peace and balance. And maybe not every aspect of your life is going to need to be perfect when you have certain components in place. And when we become comfortable with this idea that there's always going to be movement and flow of all these different areas, but as long as I have a few certain basic things covered, I feel like I'm at home with myself. I feel this sense of bliss and contentment in my life. Sometimes all we need to know is that we're on the right track, that we're living the best life that we can, that we are being who we were meant to be, and that we're enjoying the exploration of that. There is a lot more to come, and there's a lot more for you to uncover on this journey, but just know that things are exactly where they're supposed to be. Beautiful, vibrant souls, this is our second message for the collective. We have a perspective here. Zooming out, there's a lot of things that you have been fussing over, that you have anxiety about. These are details that can't take your mind off of them. You feel like they've got to matter, right? Spirit wants you to know that they don't. These are things that can have one play out or another. Ultimately, these are not going to affect the trajectory of everything else that you've got going in your life. There are some trivial details. I'm getting that there are some disagreement or some conflicts, and you feel like you have to have these people on your side. You have to get them to understand and see your side of things. And I'm just feeling that that's not necessary. This is one of those we're going to agree to disagree moments. I'm sorry that you don't understand what I'm saying, but I also just don't feel the need to continue to try to make you understand my position. Let's move on. And if this is something that you can't move forward with this person, then you just have to walk away. Closure is sometimes unnecessary. We might feel like we need to have this final, curtain drawn, lights, get brighter, and everybody files out of the auditorium, and it's some big ceremonial thing. But that's just not how it works. Sometimes things just disappear with a whimper. There's a breeze, and the door closes, and that's it. That's all that's necessary. And sometimes these are things we can just chalk it off to, we had a bad day. I don't understand. And you know what? Maybe I don't need to. There's so many other things that require my attention, and there's so many other things that are so important. Let's pick and choose our battles. Let's save our energy and our strength for the things that really are fundamental to who we are as a person, that really hit us deep within our moral compass. We're like, I can't let this go. Fine. But is this something that you can let go? The understanding of truth and what it means, and recognizing that what is true for one person may not be exactly the truth for another person. Perception, interpretation, maybe some faulty memory, getting that there's a disconnect in the recollection of events. That from one perspective, we have it was this, and then it was this, and then it was this. And from this other perspective, we have it was this, and then it was this, and this. It's not an individual act. It's the unspoken meaning behind. It's the principle of the thing, is what I'm hearing. It's the principle of the thing. This was something that was just being ignored and overlooked over time. And it wasn't just this one incident, it's the principle of the thing. So for you, there's this overwhelming feeling like a disrespect, um, a withholding of information, a withholding of details that has just reached a point where it just feels like deception. It feels like it was intentional. And from this other perspective, this person's like, that's just their dealings. That's just how they do things. You have to ask yourself if this is something, when you have this fundamental of a difference in understanding of these concepts like truth, is this something worth working through? Is this person ever going to be able to see your perspective? Or are they using this as their advantage in life and how they deal with things? Because it feels very much like this is a tactic that this person uses to avoid accountability and avoid responsibility. And if this is the case, and this is something that you just simply cannot deal with, what you're going to find is that you are constantly second guessing. You're going to feel like you're being gaslit all the time. Like you're just like you're there's a manipulation factor here that feels very unhealthy. And as you uncover more details about the nature of this person, it's going to continue to progress and build into more and more until it no longer feels like something that you can come back from. You're never going to quite feel like you can trust this person, that you're confident in what they're saying to you is accurate. And I always feel like you need to go around behind them and collect more information and more details. And that's just not fair. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to them. If they can't become healthier in this connection with you, they need to be presented with the break in connection so that maybe it will prompt them to become more accountable in their future relationships.